Hey Dave, the day finally came. What is it like to have Bellinger and McKinstry back in your lineup?
It's good. It's really good to have them back with us. Haven't seen Zach yet, but had a chance to catch it with Cody, and I know the teammates. There's a lot of energy in the clubhouse, so certainly to get that energy, a little bit of life. Obviously, the two players it's very helpful, and also it just allows us to spell guys like Mookie and CT, which is beneficial for everyone.
And with Bellinger, I know you said he's going to play today and tomorrow, but how do you see the playing time kind of going from him with him at first and kind of just, easing him in with the leg?
Yeah, I haven't got too far out, on the calendar, but till we get to the off day, I can see him playing all five. And with one of those days being at first base, that's probably at first glance.
And the first base, is that kind of like just for now at the beginning that he's getting eased into it, or is that something that he could kind of play throughout the season? Or
that's more to just get his feet kind of back under him, and so he can continue to, log at bats, get comfortable, but not put too much toll on the body.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question's from Fabiana Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I know Cody was sort of working through some stuff with his swing before he got hurt. Where do you feel like that swing was before he got hurt? And what time, how much do you feel like time in Arizona, just to spend time working on that, would sort of help now coming back to you guys?
I think it wasn't where we would have liked it. He would have liked it, before the injury. I think he was grinding. It's just obviously, it's 20-something plate appearance, so not much of a sample. But I do believe that being healthy, working in Arizona, working on the mechanics part of it as he was rehabbing. We were fortunate enough to have Aaron Bates travel with him and at times. So he's in a really good place mechanically, mentally. So, no one can predict the results, but I think where he's at right now is really good.
I think it kind of goes without saying that having a former MVP in your lineup is going to help. But how do you feel like about the job that you guys have done, especially offensively, sort of making up for his absence for the last couple of months?
Obviously, having him back makes us considerably better. Just the presence in the batter's box, in center field. Not surprised at how we responded with having guys down. We've got a lot of good players in our organization, and other guys have stepped up, and we've pitched well. So just to kind of hold serve until, we get Cody and obviously Zach and Corey back and some other guys, AJ, really good to see.
And then with Mookie, you said that today was going to be sort of a day to recalibrate, but what type of stuff is he going to be even doing today? And what do you feel like it is that he needs to do to sort of like, whether it be catching up to velocity, like you said yesterday, or just to be sort of locked back in a sense?
I think for me, I hope he doesn't pick up a bat today. I just think that he's not going to get many days off, doesn't get many days off. He'll be back in there tomorrow. The days prior, he's worked really hard and put in a lot of repetition. So I would love it if he just kind of sat back and cheered his teammates on today.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question's from Jim Alexander. Go ahead.
Yeah, Doc, what does this do for the mood in the clubhouse? Cody back, McKinstry back, other guys in the process of being back soon. What does that do with the guys that have been kind of holding the fort down?
It's very additive. I think that it just adds to Sheldon and DJ were good, but the opportunity for those guys to go play. And now you've got two other guys here that have accrued some service time. Obviously, you have a former MVP. So it just makes our group better. The energy in the clubhouse is really lively right now. Cody certainly brings that. Zach more, mild-mannered, but there's an intensity there. So it's just additive all around.
Thank you.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, with Mookie, he just had 3 days off last weekend. Is this you being more mindful? Is this you seeing something about his the way he's playing to prompt this?
Yeah, I think it's probably me being more mindful and understanding that we're going to lean on him a lot as the season goes on. And so I kind of live in what I'm seeing to continue to run a player out there, which he wants to be out there, which is great. But I just feel right now, having Cody and Zach back, it's just a good day to kind of get him to sit back, watch a game, and be ready to go tomorrow in the day game.
And what kind of report did you get on Gonsolin last night? What's the next step for him?
Tony was really good. I think he was 4 and 55. So he'll make one more. And, hopefully if that's a 5 and, 70-ish, something like that, he'll be ready to join us. So it was really good. And if you look out 4 days, 5 days from now, that's kind of when I think that's when his next term will be.
And when does Brewstar go again?
You know what? I don't know that right now.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Joe Painter Lopez. Go ahead.
Dave, Cody said that his locker is next to Albert Pujols and he intends to take full advantage of, learning from him. We saw what Pujols did in mentoring Trout. Was that by design, having his locker there? And what do you think of what you've seen in terms of Pujols kind of mentoring some of the younger players so far, and what kind of impact do you think he can have on Cody?
Well, everyone is nothing against Albert, but the fact is that everyone's a younger player in regards to Albert, and he's mentoring everyone. And I'm learning from him, and us as coaches are learning from him. So to have him next to Cody, I think that was Alex Torres, our clubhouse manager, and it was a great move. And it's no surprise that Cody is one of the luckiest guys in the clubhouse to be lockered next to him. And so I know Cody and Mike have a relationship. And so to kind of know that their relationship and now could dovetail into this relationship, it's just good for Cody and good for the Dodgers.
And can you be more specific maybe about some of the things that you've learned from Albert so far?
I just think that humility, preparedness, talking the game down below in the cage and the dugout. I just think that it's always a good reminder when someone who's done everything in the game can have humility, gratitude, and joy. So I think that just kind of watching that when you're in the grind of a major league season, for all of us, it's refreshing for me. But just talking the game, I think he's doing more of that with the coaches and teammates, which is always helpful for all of us.
Thank you.
Last one's from Eric Steven. Go ahead.
Dave, just wondering with Noisy and Peters, I know they were pressed into duty with you guys here. Is there anything you told them you want them to work on in AAA?
I think with both guys, the message was basically they should be proud of what they did for us. I really don't care about the stat line. They prepared each day, they practiced the right way, they played good defense for us. Being the younger players and not playing every day is very difficult. And I just wanted them to enjoy this experience and know that they helped us get through some tough times. And so now they both get the opportunity to play essentially every day and work on their swings and be ready to come help us later.
And Keibert Ruiz, I think he was listed on temporary inactive for AAA. I'm just wondering, is he showing up on medical reports or is he dealing with anything right now?
You know, Eric, I don't know. I didn't catch that one.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, guys.